And we welcome you back with the moon shining over the Little League World Series. Mexico is the home team, and we're going to get an opportunity to meet these kids. You think they're happy to be here? Think they're kids?
Mi nombre es Alan Alarcón y mi jugador favorito es David Ortiz.
Hola, mi nombre es Aldo Buendía y mi jugador preferido es José Reyes.
Hola, mi nombre es Roberto Cervantes y mi jugador favorito es Alex Rodríguez. Mi nombre es Iván Flores y mi jugador favorito es Jorge Cantú.
Hola, mi nombre es Aaron Juárez y mi jugador favorito es Alex Rodríguez.
Hola, mi nombre es Jorge Mares y mi jugador favorito es Justin Pedroya.
Hola, me llamo Rodo Mata y mi jugador favorito es Manny Ramírez.
Hola, mi nombre es Hugo Mendiola, mi jugador favorito es Terry Kitter.
Mi nombre es Enrique Peñalosa y mi jugador preferido es Mariano Rivera.
Mi nombre es Ricardo Puga, mi jugador favorito es Omar Vizquel.
Hola, me llamo Zen Ríos, mi jugador favorito es Alex Rodríguez.
Hola, yo soy Daniel Rodríguez, mi jugador favorito es Alex Rodríguez.
Hola, mi nombre es Andrés Salinas, mi jugador preferido es Manny Ramírez.
Gotta love that little wave, don't you? All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for Nuevo Laredo, Mexico. And if their managers and coaches are right, you take a look at Eduardo Mata in the middle of that lineup and Enrique Peñalosa. They are considered to be their two best hitters. And probably Hugo Mendolia Jr., they consider to be the best athlete, saying he's got a chance to be a pro soccer player someday. So the most athletic of the group bunched in the middle of that lineup for Mexico.
Four substitutions. Japan has 5 substitutions, one down on the right field side, 4 observing, warming up the outfielder, and on the mound, Natsuki Mizumachi. A month in February, this team played an exhibition game against this young man's team, and he shut him out and beat him. A month later, he walked onto their field as a person that wanted to try out, and they welcomed him with open arms. His dad transferred to the area, and they got themselves an ace pitcher.
And he is ready to go. Shingo Ayoso, who has been to the Little League World Series before, is the manager of this team, as he has a long history of work with the Little League programs in the Tokyo area. And he's back, so very experienced in the Little League World Series play. Buendia, the shortstop, will lead it off. As Mexico, get a chance to look at their offense.
We're looking at the velocities of the 2 starting pitchers. I think we have a chance at having a pitcher's duel, and 1 run or 2 runs is going to be huge in this game.
You will see some bunting in the game by these teams if indeed these pitchers are as good as they look starting out. Very hard throwers. And both of these teams generally skills high enough that they can play some of that small ball. They can bunt, move the ball around a little bit. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Buendia, the shortstop. Under the lights here tonight on a gorgeous evening. It is 78 degrees at game time. Clear skies and a big bright moon shining over the ballpark here. And a very large crowd for day one. I mean, the hill's almost full out there on the lower part of it, which you usually don't see until latter part of the week. It's a great sign for what the attendance is probably going to be like here at the 64th Annual Little League World Series.
When they built this press box here in Williamsport, I don't think they thought the kids were going to be throwing this hard. The foul balls are coming back in a hurry, big guy.
Keep your eye on the game, young man. The 1-2 breaking ball is chopped to third base, cut off. Muraoka makes the play and a good one and gets the out. Now let's take a look at where this team from Mexico comes from, getting here to our site at Williamsport with Lamity Stadium where we're playing and volunteered down below. We head to the southwest, Nuevo Laredo, which is just across the border into Mexico, where they go back and forth on a regular basis. But that's the real deal right there. There's a young man who's fully dressed, ready to go out and join the mariachi band, I think.
I'll tell you, very dedicated fans here and very enthusiastic. They are great parents and supporters, and look at the authentic costumes we're seeing. I should say clothing, not costumes. That's gorgeous.
Love the clothes. Pitch will be taken by Puga, who's going to be playing at third base in this ball game. Ricardo Puga, the 12-year-old, with some power in the number 2 spot. Outfield, very deep. As with most of these games in the Little League World Series, the outfield's played deep. Coaches want their players to be coming in, not going back on balls. So you'll see them about as deep as you can get in some cases. Here in center field, Agasalora is almost on the warning track. And that will miss a little bit outside, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Shinozaki, who is doing the catching for Japan, already has shown us the ability to frame pitches. He has held 3 pitches early on in the game for an extra count 1, count 2 for the umpire to get a good look at it. Fouled away, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes.
When you think about the major league equivalent of a 95-mile-an-hour fastball coming in, and you have the hand strength at 12, 13 years old to be able to hold that ball, the more active that glove is, once it hits your glove, the less liberal the umpire will be with his strike calls. They love to get a good look at it with a nice, solid reception.
Ricardo Puga down, even with the count, rather, 2-2. And a chopper down to first base. The defense you'll see in this game will be good. Kumori handled that one, and there are 2 down here in the first inning. You'll see lots of smiles, too. Take a look here. This Little League, first appearance in the Little League World Series from this particular town. They located across the river in the Rio Grande from Laredo, Texas. There are 15 current MLB players born in Mexico, including 13 pitchers that come from Mexico. So you can bet there'll be some cheering going on around among current and former major leaguers. 2 away and nobody on. And that pitch will be taken for a ball down low. This is where the power of the lineup is expected to be. Penaloza, Enrique Penaloza, who is doing the pitching in the game, bats third, and that fastball is in there for a strike. Mizumachi with a very good fastball. All kinds of good luck charms being worn or taken by both of these clubs with them to the series and the dugout for the most part. I'll tell you, those pitches, I don't care how old you are, they're going to be hard to get around on.
You've got to get it started. You cannot decide to read ball or strike and hit pitches of this velocity. You have to be swinging on every pitch and disengage if it's a ball.
Penaloza, 1-2 count on him. Catcher set up outside. Everybody started moving to the dugout. Go right back out there, young man.
It sounded outside.
Gotta love the catcher. Shinozaki just, you can see, he's very expressive behind the plate. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and swung on and missed. So a 1-2-3 inning. Japan coming up. Some teams come from small towns. Some team comes from metropolises. This team comes from Tokyo, one of the world's great cities, and obviously heavily endowed with some baseball players.